Pues de vez en cuando. We all go through our process, right? I mean, I started actually mariachi. I was actually older, I think, because most mariachis. What age did you start?
My dad gave me a violin when I was 7. I started performing when I was 13.
Okay, so I started at 23.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and you may say, "Oh, how come so late?" And as everybody knows, my family, my older brothers are world class. To me, they're the best mariachis ever. I mean, starting with the youngest, was Jose Hernandez. It, to me, is the epitome of what a perfect storm mariachi is. No te muevas.
3, 1, 2, 3.
Let me show you.
I'm so sorry about that. World class, best in the world. Starting with Jose Hernandez, you were saying.
Yeah, well, I have 3 ultra talented brothers, and that's Pedro Rey. Our older brothers, we were very, very lucky. My dad was a very, very good violinist. Mi papá. He started at 7 years old. He played vihuela when he was a kid, and then around, I think at the age when he was teenage, he got picked up violin, and learned from my father. I mean, my grandfather, Jose Hernandez, was the grandpa. And our mentor for Jose, myself, were our older brothers, Pedro, Antonio, and Chencho. And then Beto, myself, and Jose came along. Beto got into mariachi before we did, and watching them perform at a really high musical level was a great education for us. At the time, when you're young, you don't realize the musical impact that your older kin can have on you. And Pedro, of course, is well renowned. Chencho is like considered, if not the best. Him for me, him or my brother Jose are trumpets. Take your pick. It's like a two-headed coin. Wherever you're not gonna lose. Flip it, and wherever it lands, it's gonna be fine. Yeah, they're both incredible. But I've always said, Jose's my younger brother, and somehow, I mean, everything just like. He was like the perfect storm of musicianship, with everything, came together. And by a perfect storm, I mean that, was somebody that revolutionized arranging, right, mariachi music, and doing it without losing the flavor of mariachi, which is the greatest thing. Sings amazing. As a trumpet player, you could say he's the best, or you could say Chencho's the best. You can choose between the two of them. And as a director, I mean, he directs Sol de Mexico and Marisha Reina de Los Angeles. So, and they're the 2 best groups that I think, musically speaking, in the world. I played there for many, many years, so I know the musical bar is really high. And he's always like innovating, man. So it's like, I have a lot of admiration for him. He's a musician. I mean, besides the fact that he's my brother, some people say, "Why you say that because he's your brother?" I go, if you know my family, we never like, "Hey man, you're great." We would never tell each other that. For me, I grew up, playing guitar. I mean, I used to play trumpet from 6th grade all the way through high school. When I got into college, I go, well, music's not going to be what I'm going to do, so I gave it up. And then within a year, I was like missing music, and my dad taught me my first chords. And then Manicos I already knew by watching what I had watched all my life.
That was at what age, más o menos?
I was 19, probably 20, because college I started when I was 19, and then about a year later I started picking up guitar. And then I was just like, technically, I had to develop technique because I couldn't. I knew manicos, but I couldn't play them, so I had to practice every day, just for me. I wasn't gonna be a mariachi. It's just, mariachi chose me. And that's why at 23 years old, I had just gotten married. I go, okay, do I teach secondary school or do I want to do mariachi? And mariachi went out, and here I am.
We talked about that a little bit before the podcast. We had a little car ride, Chuy and I. I also recall we had a chat about where you were born. I'm sure a lot of viewers, they hear you excellent English, and I'm sure some people are wondering. Can we go over a little bit about that? You had a couple years in Mexico, and then you moved out here.
Well, I was born in Mexicali. So all my older brothers were born in Chapala, Jalisco, which is my first. Pedro, Antonio, Chencho, and Beto. They were born in Chapala, Jalisco. And then my dad migrated to Mexicali, close to Calexico, because there was dollars there, so they make more money with Mariachi Chapala, right? So I was born in Mexicali. So as well as two sisters, Guadalupe and Josefina, and then Jose. We were born in Mexicali. So we were there for about. I was 11 years old when we came over to the United States, and we did it legally, which is, I don't criticize people that want to come to the United States. It's the greatest country in the world, but my dad, was lucky enough that he got immigrated, and then he immigrated his family. And we came in at the end of 62, and then I went through elementary, junior high, and high school here in the States, and then college, and then mariachi, and here I am.